Coach Ty said there are wins and there are lessons. What do you think you learned about your team tonight?
Just that we can't afford to get down so early. You know, we showed a lot of grit, determination in our fight back, but you know, just in games when we dig ourselves a hole that much, it's not what we want to do. But we showed a lot of fight in the second half. We came back, cut it to you know, a single digit you know, lead on their part, and we were right there. We just we had a number of shots, a number of plays right down the stretch where you know, we could have made it happen for us, but like I said, another lesson for us.
Coach, you're in the position that you're in, you know, team leader, all-star champion, and then you see these young guys kind of pop like they are, like the Jetty, Clarkson, and Collins tonight. How does that make you feel?
Great. I mean, like I said, it's going to be a growth year for us. There's going to be a lot of lessons for us, and you know, if we can just put consistent basketball together, that's going to be there's going to be, you know, a number of teams that we're going to be able to beat, and we're going to give, you know, even the best teams a good run for their money. So, like I said, it's definitely a growth year for us. But to see all the work that Jetty's put in, to see Colin only in the second game, you know, really show up and make some big plays on both ends, it's going to be big for us.
How do you process this one? You give up 131, you lose, you have
It's
the
too
bad
many
second
points,
quarter, you
yeah.
fight back. So how do you process it?
I mean, how many points we give up in the fourth?
I got it right.
Anybody know?
I have it right. I think it was under 30.
Yeah. I mean, so we had a 20 cents, still, you know, relatively high, but you know, those 30-point quarters really hurt us. And, you know, where they have 71 points in the first half, that's tough, and digging that hole. But like I said, we showed a lot of fight. You know, we did in the Toronto game as well, but, you know, starting off the first two games away from home, we're looking forward to going back.
Jordan was asked about the transition defense. A lot of guys were asked about
Yeah.
He said, we need to get back. I'm sure you all thought about that at that point, but how can you make sure that you get back consistently and take those away?
Yeah, we talked about it at halftime. We talked about it after the game, too, that we got to have at least three back. If people are going to crash, it's got to be myself and, you know, Tristan or the other bigs in there. But in order for us to, you know, be great on the defensive end, we have to be great in transition. We have to set our defense. So that's been lacking the first two games, but that's something we got to clean up and give ourselves a shot. Because if we take away 8 to 10 points, you know, in transition, we have the potential to win this game.
What specifically have you seen from Jetty going back to summer, preseason, training camp, and first
More than anything, just confidence. I mean, he's just playing the game. He's not thinking about it. He's shooting his shot. It's the same thing with JC. JC's been great for us off the bench the first two games. And I think I told Joe that he had probably the best training camp of really anybody. He was, you could tell that he really worked on his game and has settled in. And you know, same goes for Jetty. I'm loving the way he's playing right now.
What did you make of the Jimmy Butler introduction reaction and then the reaction later on in the game?
I mean, that's what, you know, Jimmy's a pretty resilient guy. He's, you know, a guy that's faced adversity his entire life, and I don't, you know, think that really bothered him at all. I think if he comes out and plays well and plays extremely hard, people are going to respond. That's what always happens.